You see, we've earned respect night after night, year after year, giving it everything we've got. The blood, the sweat, and the tears for this business because we love it. And we've earned it. And you're looking at the best.
I get it, I re-up, I drop up, I go out and get it. Show them the vibe, but they still don't get it. Yeah. I sold them cash.
Hi!
Is it 3 weeks or 2 weeks into the summer holidays? And like my brain is frazzled.
You're good for that mathematical mathing because I'm not adding. I can't even add now. I'm delirious.
Because trust me, I am counting down for those school gates to reopen and to fling those kids back in school.
The thing is, when they go to school, it comes with a whole other set of harassment in a way, doesn't it?
In a way, it does. But man, having all of them at home,
I know. So I'm going to ask Siri, what's another word for diabolical? Hey Siri, what's another word for diabolical?
Here's an answer from wordhippo.com. Synonyms for diabolical include satanic, fiendish, devilish, demonic, diabolic, demoniacal, demoniac, hellish, cacodemonic, and infernal.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that just about sums it up, Siri. Thanks for that.
Oh my goodness. It says it all. That's the general energy right now, isn't it?
That is the general energy, but hey.
I didn't know it meant all those things, you know.
I didn't know either. I learned something new there.
Madness.
I know. Even though I'm sure that's probably what Travis Scott Googles, on the daily.
I know, but what's the other word they call? What's the other word? Oh yeah, yo Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Siri one Siri, in bed.
Wake up, man. Hey Siri.
Siri wants to sleep.
Listen, hey Siri. What's another word for? Oh, I've forgotten. You know what? I think he decided to go on Do Not Disturb a bit late.
How comes your Siri is a man? I thought Siri was a girl.
Is it?
I thought Siri's a woman.
I never knew that.
Wow.
Well, that's what I thought. That's what I thought,
What are you trying to say? That I've got a book? I've got a book Apple Watch. What are you trying to say, bro?
You got the lorry knockoff, love. Our Siri is a woman.
Unless she's got a throat ache or something, I don't know.
Maybe.
Why? Well, let the people them know which show this is, sis.
Oh my goodness. You are listening to the Hustle is Real 101 podcast.
The song bad as
You are listening to the Hustle is Real 101 podcast, the home of real talks, real perspectives, and real mother effing life, baby.
Woo! Is it a pod though, Neats?
Some people like to call it that, but to us it's just two individuals having a half decent conversation.
Yeah, baby.
And we're half decent too.
We are half decent. More than half decent.
You know what I mean? We're three quarters decent now.
Yeah.
a bit more maths in there.
Oh my goodness. Oh dear.
Girl.
So Neats.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you, babes?
God. Well, wagwan, my good people. Some people lovingly refer to me as Neats, and I am your resident buff babe in business.
I love that, buff babe in business. That is just like all the bees in the house.
In a nutshell, nutshell it up.
Exactly. That's good. I love it. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Cam, entrepreneur, personal stylist, social media extraordinaire, and a mum of 4.
Yes!
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh my God, I'm in writing R&B mode. I saw Casey and them, and on the bottom was, this is what Casey sings like when he's sober, as in like he's one of the best singers in the world. So I watched them because a lot of these R&B groups, like we said, are doing their revivals, and they weren't wrong, mate.
Yeah?
They weren't wrong. They had
the hair stand up, is he?
Listen, they were doing their thing, and they had the biker jackets in yellow, because you know Cisco loves a biker jacket too.
Oh,
oversized.
yes.
He loves a big oversized biker jacket. So they had theirs in bright yellow with all like different black bits on. Yeah, it was giving.
Ooh.
Yes, I saw that today, and I thought this is really, really making me feel like R&B needs to come back soon, quick.
If you had to choose out of any of the old school artists to go and see their revival, who would you choose?
Honey,
and why?
Honey.
I know I've just thrown that in there, but while we're on the topic,
I saw Lauryn Hill, because you know this is 50 years of hip hop, like we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
And this lady, oh my goodness, she is something else. The song, do you know what it is? Every single time she sings a song, it's the same song, but it's different. So you can find your bit to sing along, but you've also had another experience of the same song. Now that is special.
Yeah, I have to agree. She can belt out the notes, man, and hit them notes with strength, super strength.
Honey, and the way she comes on the stage is like a whole... I've realised now there's people who sing and there's people who perform their asses off, and it's not even just dancing up a song like Beyonce. It's a spiritual moment. It's when the hands and the drummer, you can tell that the drummer, she wants him to go on a bit longer in a certain bit, but it wasn't planned.
Yeah.
And it's like the singer, the backing singers, yep, I need you lot to go make a bit, bring it down, bring it up. They're not playing around. They're not playing around. So that kind of thing you can't get from a record. You can't get from anything apart from being there.
Exactly. Listen, when I was watching, remember she was in the Second Sister Act or whatever in it with Whoopi Goldberg, but you know, like even like her notes through the screen, man, you can tell she's one of those artists that just like, evoke the emotion. You can feel the emotion running within, you know?
Seriously. And then I found another artist just today who had to lift my spirits, because after going down to my gorgeous niece's birthday in Birmingham, Olipa driving, and I hate the drive, terrified, traumatized, every word that you can think of. There's a certain bit of the road, it says you will be on this road for 98 miles, and that piece of road there, it must be downhill and roundy around the bend, because I hold onto I have to wipe my hands because there's sweat on my hands. Listen, it's no joke, girl.
So how would you do in America then, where I'm sure a short drive is like 3 hours?
You know what? I'm cool with the driving, apart from the fact, you know, a little discomfort here and there. But I'm cool with the driving. It's just when you get to a certain bit, and certain of these driver people, when they start whipping through and doing some rally race business, and then just swipe past your bum, and then the hairs on my arm everything just goes up, and I just can't. And then I start praying and all the stuff that you have to do to get you through. Jesus, take the wheel, and the whole shebang, you know. And what's it called? We never would have made it. Start putting on my gospel music. And then, actually, I should have done that yesterday. That probably would have helped, because usually I do that, but I didn't quite do that. But I did have to listen to say after I got there, I had to take deep breaths. I literally had to just get on. I said, "You go inside and take the party bags. I'll be there in a minute."
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, and then I couldn't be so happy to be home. But today, I had to listen to. There's an artist called PJ Morton, and he's like imagine will.i.am crossed with John Legend, crossed with Eric Benet, crossed with just all your Stevie Wonder, crossed with all of my faves, plays the piano, does the whole thing, and the feeling in the room. There was one of the sisters from, what's actually the ones who sing Shackles? So, you know,
Mary, is it?
Mary, that's right.
Yeah.
One of them was the audience, and when he got to a bit where he had to sing, and they had to repeat what he had to say and give an answer about life, what life will get better, and then you say something about how it's going to get better, and then the chorus says better and whatever it is. She come up, she done her thing. Then another one, they just passing the mic round. When I tell you, it was 1 hour 10 of litness.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like pure positive vibes as well, man.
Every song was pure positive vibes. I've never even heard in this now 2023 somebody who can play for 1 hour 10 on the pure positive vibes thing. That's hard.
That is hard, babes.
Yeah, the whole room lit. And then when it finished, he's there playing when everyone's leaving to the rest of the people who were staying for a bit more, and they've done a bit more. And I'm like, oh God, it's what they do when the lights is off as well.
They got more in the tank, man. They're old money. They've got that, you know, their true talent. Yeah.
I said to the kids, I realised when you're throwing your heart and soul into the bits of the music, you learn it over a lot of years, and it's something that we don't necessarily really have in the UK, but when we do, it's really, really nice and it's cool and it comes in its own little way. But I used to go to train, I think it was in Hackney, somewhere in Hackney near Clissold Road, and we had this gospel choir who taught us how to do, it was, what class was it? It was called improvisation class, whatever, or what's it called when you get to the end of the song? My brain these days is getting so bad. When you get to the song and you do an outro and you do and it's freestyle. Yeah, when you do all of that, they taught us how to do it. But all of that, when someone says something, what you say in the background, and then what you do when you've got a live band and the drummer starts and the guitarist picks off the drummer, and the other one is called a jam session.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what they taught us. So it was like a big jam session, but it was like a concert in someone's sitting room with the piano at the same time. We need stuff like that over here. I really wish that we could get to go to something like that in this country. I would sit there, I'd go in my socks with my hot water bottle and cross my legs and sit down there.
Oh gosh, I know.
You know, and speaking of that, people are saying the party, the dance hall is not nice again. Well, the dance hall in the side of the genre where people just party to no end, I know it's getting a little bit stand up and take videos of yourself and stuff, but they're saying that the nightclub is about to die because people only go out to take pictures. The drinks are too expensive. The one person that comes through, I think it's a cross between concerts being too expensive when you can get the same thing in the festival and see all your faves for the same money. Artists being entitled, coming on the stage, standing around not doing much. And then the nightclub where no one's really partying anymore, they're staring at each other or just in their video on their phone. And all these young people, just reams of young people saying how the club is just dying and it's dead.
Really?
Yeah, so we need that event in the sitting room with the piano and the singing and the treats on the side and the sausage rolls and all that stuff and the vegan stuff and the socks and the crossed legs.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, that's what I want to do now. I want to go out as comfortable as possible and enjoy myself till the ceiling falls off and then go to my bed.
Can you imagine if clubbing dies a death though? How will people meet people?
I know, because it's bad
that's
enough.
That's like the hub of where you used to go, where, you know, young people used to go to, like, you know, meet people or meet the one or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And have fun.
And that's
what
how
would people do?
That's how you see if your prospective, like, future partner has got moves like Jagger, and that's how you know whether or not you and them are supposed to be together.
Exactly.
If you don't see them do the Michael Jackson moonwalk, like, how will you know?
I know. But it's true though. I think when you do go clubbing, all you see is people's phones out. Yeah, and apparently it's really bad. And then there's this VIP club segment booth culture that everyone's saying that the people in the booth is either. I mean, we've always had those people in the like section, like, why are you in the section? Who are you? There's a lot of why are you in the section? What are we doing here? And then there's people that are having their own weird parties back to back to the other people across the way, having their own weird party, but trying to show off to the other people across the way that their party's better. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So the middle bit where everyone used to just be together and you can come out of the VIP and go out of the section and go into the middle bit to go in the mosh pit. The mosh pit's no longer. Yeah, so the whiny wine and all the stuff, the action that happens in the middle is not happening.
Oh, wow.
So them say,
boy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so festivals it is then. I love a festival anyway.
Yeah, I think and I think, you know what, now that I said to the kids, people are really loving the festival thing, but I said over here the weather lets us down, And it does, innit? And when you're coming up to it, you're thinking, oh my God, what am I going to wear? Because if it rains, I'll never wear that. So you're always in that dilemma and that little bit of anxiety. So I said to her, it's nice when you're in a little bit of a warm environment, not too hot, but a nice, warm, sunny environment. Imagine what the vibes will be like. She said that's why everyone's going to Portugal to go festivals and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we should think a little bit further afield, hun.
Yeah, why not, man?
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. But the weather does definitely let us down here, man. It's a shame, really.
It is, but we should also not just leave it down to somebody to think of something. We need to start thinking of our own little things and giving birth to new little things.
Definitely making our own opportunities.
I mean, it's just an excuse to get together. People just appreciate it.
Yeah, I agree.
Without the isms and schisms. So let's scale it back down. Let's get rid of the luminous lights and the pyrotechnics, and let's just go back to simple things.
Yeah, innit?
You know what I mean?
A big old speaker and a bloody MC.
That's why you just made me laugh. Don't bust me up. I just went on TikTok because I have to dip in there every now and then, because for me, people say I don't get a thing by social media. Social media could never ever, because my brain is already inside, is all crazy. So I go in there, and when it gets crazier than my crazy, I dip out. But I dipped in, and you know the guy from The Office in America that carries the speaker on his head, and they have him over everybody, and they have him over all these different songs. They had him over Whitney and Ty.
You're joking.
Bad bitch.
Oh my gosh.
I just went on there and he's giving bad beat with the man holding the speaker and they put it over it, and I'm like, TikTok, I mean, you know things get old, but things never get old because it just keeps getting reborn.
Keep getting reborn. It does, man. Recycle to the max. Oh my gosh.
It's getting to carnival time, because obviously, like carnival time, you're going to expect people to use that thing with the man from Office holding the speaker box because it's getting to carnival. Yeah. But for them to put it over Ty and Whitney, that is just something else. They kill me.
I don't even know where these people think of these things, you know. How do they think up these things? Like, some of these memes and stuff that I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's just too much. Like, what planet are you on to even be thinking this in the first place?
Honey.
It's funny though. A lot of them are so funny. Oh my gosh, I even forgot about Carnival, you know, Neat. I wonder if it's going to be a washout.
I kind of feel like it. I don't even want to say that's dead too, but boy, do you know what I mean?
I know.
I can't lie. It's not giving.
It's not, is it?
No, unless they're going to put Whitney and them on the float. They probably will.
They probably will, innit? Can you imagine? A Love Island float.
The Love Island float with the maracas, yeah. And they could do that, the Latino version of the song. It's giving
Nah, that is an idea, a Love Island float. They might though, you never know. They could probably rock in eBay Carney costumes.
Yeah, man, do an eBay coconut float. That would be wonderful.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've been because of that, I've been, other than, you know, giving my niece 1,000 kisses on their cute little cheeks, I've been indoors dodging the bad nightclub situations, which I won't be probably there anyway. And I haven't watched any. I had to, you know what I do? I don't get a chance to go back on the episodes and say that, that show I was watching, I finished watching it. So I finished watching Hijack, thinking that I'm rubbing my hands together, thinking, yeah, I've saved the best till last, because the kids had gone by me, and then it was the end of it. So I only had one more episode to go anyway. I only had one more episode to go anyway, but I'm glad I saw it through.
Yeah, definitely. Well done, you.
Yeah, but
it's not good anyway. So, what's the conclusion then? Anyway, did you enjoy it? What?
Oh, it's fabulous. It's fandabidozy. It's so cool. It's like,
or were you just drooling over Idris the whole time?
I was kind of. Oh my god, the whole thing. It feels like it happened last week. You know what? Oh, do you remember when we went down to the thing and the plane was flying in the sky and it went over Canary Wharf and it went really low? It felt like it felt like the other day. It felt like it was just the other day. So it feels like if I see I turned on the episode. Girl, this is the second time I've seen one of my family in
Yeah.
the TV. Yes.
Did
Do
you?
know, yes. Do you know Kofi?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Paul Kofi.
Is he in it?
He's in it. And I saw, and you know what the joke is? I saw somebody come through and go and get somebody out. It's like the kids put the episode back for me, and I said, I'm thinking I've seen this one, but I must have not seen the bit.
Yeah.
So I've seen when this particular character gets let out the cell,
Yeah.
and the two prison officers, and from the back of his head, I straight away, I'm like, this is that? No.
Oh my gosh.
I knew from the backside 3/4 of his head, Kofi, listen, I love you, babes. We go way, way back, yeah? From playing out and play scheme in the summer holidays.
Oh my
We go
gosh.
way back, all of us, right? And the head shape said it all. I didn't even need to hear you say nothing, do nothing. I knew it was you.
How? Oh my gosh, that's so random though, Neats.
So random.
Oh my goodness. Well,
So,
I have yet to watch that, so
Yeah.
you know.
Tell me about if you see the bit where you see Kofi.
Yeah, I'm sure I will now.
Yeah.
But that's good for him though. That's good. Obviously, he's hustling, finding his way into these things.
Yeah, man. And then I saw the other show I watched, and my other friend was just sitting there. And I said, I went to Tesco. This is me. Babe, did I just see you in them? She goes, yeah. I'm like, oh. She goes, I did tell you I was going back into it. I'm like, wow. You know, she left. She got tired of being a lecturer at whatever college and decided that she's going to go and follow her dreams and her heart. So,
good for her. Good for her, man.
yeah. So big up Kim.
Yeah, wicked.
You know.
So,
and,
have you been watching anything else?
Well, because of the finishing off stuff, I had to go back and watch like one of my shows on the Showmax network. You know, I love my African shows, right?
Yeah.
So
anyway,
so we're getting on to how the young people of the world are going crazy in a bit. Yes, my love.
Oh my gosh. So yes, love. What else have you been watching then? You been watching anything else?
Yeah, I said I've been watching my Ghanaian shows because you know I love my African app network called Showmax app.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I went back onto my Ghanaian shit, one of my Ghanaian series is, and it's running from episode 1 to 500.
1 to 500.
Yeah, I'm on episode 143.
Oh my gosh.
Of the show that I like, yeah. So on those platforms, not all of it's in English, like I told you. I've got my fave. I've got the Asian, South African, and Kenyan shows where they drop F-bombs all the time for absolutely no reason. Everyone just gets cussed out all the time, and you just get cussed out. The granny cusses you out. If you do good, you get cussed out. You just get F-bombed whenever. It's so random. We're like, oh, granny. So I'd watch that for that, because I love the backdrops as well. And then you've got the Nollywood lot, which is obviously always giving, but it's so rare. I mean, where else do you get 100+ new movies a day? Nollywood. Hollywood could never. They could never, babes.
Oh, dear.
Writer's strike, what writer's strike? In Nigeria, there's no writer's strike, my friend.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, and because I'm trilingual, as you know.
I know.
Yes, darling. So I watch, like, they flip languages every now and then, but they say it again in English, so it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's handy.
That's right. So go and ask me why I'm trilingual.
Yeah, why are you trilingual?
Because I'll give anything a try once, babe.
No,
with a long list of exemptions, right? Like no grass because of my hay fever, no lactose intolerant stuff. Like I'm lactose intolerant, and then no dairy, so there'll be no dairy involved there. And then there's another list of things. I'm allergic to foolishness and nonsense, so there'll be none of that involved. But other than that, I'll try anything.
And so you should, love.
Yeah. So if we can't make it here, we can always infiltrate the Ghanaian entertainment scene. One TV show and one coconut water at a time. What'd you say? What do you think?
It sounds good to me, love.
Yes, because I shall be the queen of the motherfucking village, honey.
Oh my gosh.
I shall be the queen of the sweet, sweet village, damn it. If I can't be the queen of England, I'll be the queen.
Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, that is so funny, love.
Yeah, no one ain't going to check me. And also, it just made me think, because we're rolling onto the topics of the kind of foolishness I have to hear lately. I'm cleaning out this little girl's room, and an ancestry DNA test that my daughter bought 2 years ago It's still sitting there. And every minute she's always asking me, yeah.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, hon.
No, go on, ask me, because I've got.
I was going to say, you said that it's been sitting there for 2 years. Do those things have a sell-by date on them?
That's what I wanted to ask you. I don't know if anyone's ever mentioned it, because I don't know if anyone would ever get it and then leave it there for 2 years. At $89.99 a pop. Do you know what I mean?
That is funny. I don't know if those things have a sell-by date.
I don't know. I'm going to check it, because you've got to put it in your mouth. So that's a good, that's a thought. You have to do something in your mouth, innit?
Yeah, you've got to like take a swab, I think, or something.
Yeah, so you've got to do it in your mouth.
Of your spit.
She's always been going on about, I wonder what my dentistry DNA is. I wonder what my dentistry DNA is. So the curiosity killed her. She went and got it, and I thought, just finally do it. But then you're so curious that you leave it on the side, right? And I'm sure your children do certain things like that. Now, every single time she asks Grandad, where are you? He goes, I'm a Jamaican. So every time he says that, she doesn't get an answer, and she goes on and on about it, but she hasn't done anything about it. Same with my niece, my goddaughter as well, / niece, / their cousin, / whatever else. Mum's gets a provisional driving test. Want to drive. Isn't the provisional driving thing still in the envelope?
Oh my gosh.
But the fastness of them, the mouths on them, the going on, the moaning, the whining about everything that they don't have.
Yeah. That's the thing. Is, if they had to work to get the money to pay for these things or whatever, then it might be a different story, hun.
Yeah, but then they moan about that. Oh, I've got a job, but it's not like when you guys had a job. You weren't there, so how do you know? Do you know what I mean?
How is it any different to like when we had a job?
Oh, because it's so hard. I said, what, the phone box over the mobile phone that you have at, like, you can get a mobile phone tariff for like how much a month now?
Exactly.
Back in the day, it wasn't that choice, mate. I said to her, she said something the other day. I said, that we would have had to go in the phone book to look that up, what you're talking about. You know that?
Oh my God. Remember the yellow pages?
Girl.
And was it Thompson's? Thompson's Local.
Thompson's Local, through the door.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So when you think that you know how to research, you ain't seen nothing. And you also get to tap in half of what you think you're saying, and Google will work the rest out.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. I used to have to scour through encyclopedias and whatnot to like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh. Listen, these kids don't know nothing, man.
That's what I'm saying, which brings me to our next discussion. Boy. This episode is called, what is this episode entitled? You Get a KMT, You Get a KMT, Everybody Gets a KMT, Oxford St Stampede, Little Tay Dead or Alive, Lizzo, and the Alabama River Brawl, plus more shenanigans. Now that title alone, I couldn't even shorten it.
That's a mouthful, love.
And that's the shortened version. To let you know the temperature that we're dealing with today.
Oh.
The whole show,
the
whole show is turning into one long KMT, so it's now the KMT moments. I'm telling you,
there's too much to even. I know,
girl. The cup of royalty runneth over. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They're running amok.
I don't know what's going on.
So I did tell you, we spoke before on the last little like bonus bit that by the time they hear this, they definitely would have heard that about Uzi being the first one to show his arse a little bit through the Love Island and start cheat and do all this stuff, and then him and Katie go back and forth like we've said, doing their whatever. Then they're dropping like flies every single 2 days. It's Marlon, then it's this one, when it's that one, then it's this one. So they've said now that they're not sure about the show, because what is the point if everyone's just going to be doing this stuff, and is it really real, and blah 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 blah. So I don't know what you think about that.
Well, to be honest, I think a lot of people do go into it with a game plan, whether that is to win the money or to come out and be famous. I think that I think that is like the basis of what most people go into it for. I think if they do find love, that's a bonus, but I don't think that is at the forefront of their minds when they go into these things. I don't think it's like, number one, I'm going to find love. Number two, I'm going to win the money. Number three, I'm going to get famous. I think it's, I'm going to either win the money or get famous. Probably even I'm going to get famous first. Yeah, and then number 2 and 3 might come, you know, behind. So and also obviously being in that environment, it's like, you know, it's like an AI environment or something. It's not real. You know what I mean? Like the Love Island house and all of that. It's not real life. It's so far removed from real life. It's like a fantasy thing that someone's thought up. So to think that real people are going to go in there and come out and have like these long-lasting relationships, like based on something that's not real in the first place, I just think it's unrealistic, and that's why these relationships don't go past like a couple of weeks or whatever when they come out. So I think it is a waste of time, really. I mean, you know, we as the public, you know, being the public, we all get invested in these shows and wrapped up in these shows, watch these shows, have our favourites and stuff like that. But really, it's all a big lie, really, isn't it?
It is, especially when you're saying Katie had a boyfriend, could have had a boyfriend, was looking after the dog. Ella apparently already met Tyre. Did you already say that Ella and Tyre had already met?
Yeah, so they'd met in a club or something before they went in there. So obviously these people are handpicked here and whatnot. But yeah, they'd met up before. But I don't know for what reason why they didn't get together. But they knew they at least had crossed paths before and spoken to each other.
Boy, Ty, you're giving You Get About, because you met Ella B, you've met Ella. For goodness sake, you met Uzi. Ella's met Uzi already.
Exactly. So
it's all them little things, you know. It
does make you wonder how genuine like these things are, because obviously, you know, it's all pre-orchestrated. It's all orchestrated, really. But yeah, that's why I just don't think it's real. So I don't think, you know, to think that people are going to come out and last. I just don't, because, you know, they never do.
No, I mean, we got our few. We've got our little ideas about the future of Ty and Ella and stuff like that, haven't we?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think you probably do get a couple of them that last, or like go at least maybe a year, or, you know, past the 6-month mark. But I think really to start a relationship in that sort of way, like there's no longevity in, you know, what's gonna come out of it. So so what are they? Yeah, I mean, I had heard things like some stories that they're questioning as to whether or not they're going to run another series, or
or how they're going to do it, or reducing it down,
because, you know, these people are winning this money, and then they're coming out winning this money or whatever, and they're breaking up. Or they're getting all this kind of, you know, status through deals and magazine deals and modelling and whatnot.
Exactly.
But, you know, they're breaking up, really. It's just a springboard into fame.
Exactly. And I saw something where Jessie's lying on the table. I don't know what kind of treatment she's having, but apparently she's going to have some kind of tummy tuck procedure with some of her money because she put on weight when she was on the show.
Oh, right. Okay. So, you know.
I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, right. And I don't know, I quite liked Jess for the fact that she seemed quite relatable and real. Like, she had a little, you know, she was a more curvy girl in comparison to some of those that were in there, but I thought that made her even more likable and relatable. So it's a shame if she does go down that route, or she feels the need to have to do that. But, you know, it's, I don't know. What do you think?
Might just be part of her brand package thing, maybe. That's what, you know, all of her exploring all of her potential opportunities and partnerships. Maybe they've already just started. Maybe they sat there while the show was on saying, all right, then she's probably going to want to get herself in trim, so we're going to speak to these people and those people and da-da-da-da-da, you know?
Yeah, maybe, but I think, you know, I think part of her and Sammy, her appeal anyway, you know, because even Rita Ora was like, oh, I love you, Jess, you're so, you know, you're so gorgeous, so beautiful when she was on there. I think part of her appeal was the fact that she was so down to earth and relatable and people could relate to her, you know. She seemed very like genuine and humble and just, it kind of, this, you know, this is me. What you see is what you get kind of girl. So, and wears her heart on her sleeve. So yeah, if she does go down that whole kind of plastic surgery kind of nips and tucks route, then I mean, I know she's in that beauty industry anyway by you know, she owns her own business or whatnot. Yeah. She's a beautician, isn't she? So she's in it anyway, but I hope like this fame doesn't kind of lead her to feel under pressure to do more or go, you know, be more invasive with what she gets done or whatnot, you know?
Yeah, so hopefully mum and family, when the friends circle, everyone will stay level-headed and then we'll be all cool.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah,
well, they're quick. Well, we're off the back of the UK, because the UK news is always, to me, let them sort out themselves and just stay away from our families and stuff and we'll be fine. You stay over there, we'll stay over here. So whenever we come up with anything good from the UK, we want to round up with Love Island, because we don't have as many big advertising deals and big opportunities as, you know, they do over in the US. And so when you get something like this, it is a big deal over here, because we've got a lot of US people watching and reviewing Love Island and stuff, and because they've got their version, they're also watching our version and they're very, very much enjoying our version. So just to give some context as to how it is over here, deals are done a little bit differently to how it is in the States, with everything, with the football, with everything. It's a very close circuit. So we thought we'd just shed some light on it, and if brands are going to be so restrictive with the way that they go about partnering with people. For example, I'll give you an example why I said Wagwan in the beginning, is because the guy who won Love Island last year, apparently he was originally saying Wagwan in the show, and they were going to try and like stop him from saying it. And then they went and somebody obviously did some research. I said to them, look, it's not an offensive word, because they said it was an offensive word. And then they allowed him to do it. Now imagine if they hadn't have gone and looked up what Wagwan really is a greeting with Jamaican culture, they would have then said that that's a violation. So that means in their mind, what do they think is a violation? And then if they had not looked into that, or someone hadn't come up with it, then it wouldn't have paved the way for the year we've had this year with people like Ty on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
they did change up the energy to allow for it to be, and because you let it be, people have enjoyed it more.
Definitely. And yeah, I just feel like people like authentic stuff, and you know, that is what it's about, letting people be themselves and present themselves how they are. Obviously things are going to get edited and shows are, you know, vetted and whatnot, but at least let them be themselves. You know, we already know that it's a kind of fake setup anyway in terms of the scenario and environment, so we're invested to learn about people and their characters and what they're really like, and that's, you know, that's what is at the, you know, the heart of the show really. There's 25 grand each or 50 grand or whatever it is each, but you know, we become invested and attached to these personalities that are in the show, and we see their side. So that's really important, I think, to let people be authentically themselves.
It's very important. If they are going to be doing shows and not really doing research on the culture of the people in there, you're never going to get an interesting pot of people. And apparently they're struggling to get people on there because of these isms and schisms, you know what I mean?
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just struggling. I'm sure people are lining up, but getting the quality of people that you want is getting harder.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So now we've dealt with that good, the bad, and the ugly all in one show. Within meant to be just lying there and looking good and finding love. We are now having to do a quick countdown, and we're literally going to do it like this. We got a good, the bad, the ugly, quick fire rundown, and it's going to be each of the issues that we're going to be discussing in 5 minutes or less. I've got my timer ready, because there is.
You go, girl.
Yeah, I've got my timer ready, honey, and I don't know whether or not you want to say who you can see in the picture. or what you can see is going on, and then I'll tell you about it from what I know and what I've been hearing going on. Because if I go into my thing now, there'll be something new. So I had to stop at some point. You know what I mean? There'll be something else new. You know when people say, "Oh, just when you thought things couldn't get worse," and then 10 minutes later it does.
All right. Well, if I go with the headlines, then you can break it down, yeah, niece?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Right.
So here you go. You got your timer ready?
Yes, I've got it ready now.
Lizzo and her big headache. It just went from bad to worse.
Oh my God. Lizzo, this girlie that we were talking about, leave Lizzo alone. Leave Lizzo alone. She's crying and, you know, you keep picking on her. We're tired of you beating this dead old horse. Now, Lizzo is meant to be they've made her sound like some kind of weird dominatrix woman.
Oh gosh, tell me more.
They made it sound like when you work for Lizzo, you have to wear leather and go in the dungeons.
Oh gosh.
In a way, these accusations have just come up. In a way, I mean, I've seen some clips and you can be working with a team and you have to whip them into shape and stuff. And some people can do it in the Gordon Ramsay way, which is also heightened for TV, but you can do it in the other way. And there's other ways to deal with people and manage people and whatever. And I can understand when you've worked hard to get to where you want to and people are coming there and thinking they're on a free ride. And that's very much of an American, you know, if you don't want to be here, then you know where the door is type thing. But this, apparently, if you don't do what she says, but she's not happy bunny, she's abusive, apparently, allegedly. Staff have come up, they've all got lawyers there. I don't know where all these lawyers fly from. They must be meeting them at the door of the office when they get to work, because I don't know where they all come from.
Oh my gosh.
Then, and they're in the pictures doing press conferences about how she's made them go to the strip club and be doing certain things and they didn't want to do. So basically the ultimate work gone wrong. So all of them, they're saying they're all traumatized by the things that she makes you do when you go out for work, whether it be Amsterdam. They went to the red light district in Amsterdam for a tour, and then she said, "Oh, come out, guys, like your boss does." And you think, come out of your boss, everything on me. And allegedly they're going out, and the things that's gone on when they've gone out are not to their liking, and constantly feeling threatened about whether or not they got their job the next day or not got the next day. And then after that, Lizzo's boyfriend has come out now, and apparently Lizzo's boyfriend's ex-girlfriend has come out, and there's allegations that he's dumped her because he doesn't want to be embarrassed by all the allegations. I don't know whether or not she's going to be going to court for the next 2 years over all these nonsense. Yep. But now, her boyfriend's left it, and then the ex-girlfriend saying that even the way she got him was dodgy.
Oh my gosh, Lizzo.
Girl,
wow.
So should I cry again?
Yeah, man. That is peak, though. That's some big allegations in there. The fact that more than one person has said it, though, it does make you wonder.
That's it. And some people are saying side-eye, but then it can't be all of them side-eye.
It can't be all of them side-eye. I'm a firm believer in, people don't say things for no reason. So, I mean, it's questionable as to whether or not they just want some extra dollars, or they're just, because they're not her employees anymore. But for more than one of them, how many of them? There's quite a few of them saying the same kind of things, isn't it? So
I saw at least 3 or 4 lined up in a press conference together.
It's not looking good, Lizzo. Sorry, love.
Oh, sorry, honey.
Sorry. It's all that.
Sorry, love.
Baby, we weren't there, babes. If he was there, obviously, we'd help you out a bit. We weren't there, honey.
Yeah, exactly. But, obviously she has built up her whole reputation and career on the fact that she is a larger artist and whatnot, and, to embrace yourself and be yourself, blah, blah, blah. So I hope those allegations are not true.
Yeah, so do I. I really do. Hope they're not true. And even if there is elements of truth to it, let it be that it's exaggerated and her only crime was treating people in the way that she wouldn't want someone else to treat her.
Yeah, exactly. Because some of those allegations, yeah, boy.
Yeah, and body shaming and all this stuff.
Pan is hot. It's hot like fire.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense though? Like I'm in Lizzo's tour, and now I'm going to the employment tribunal because she's body shamed me. Like what?
Yeah, that's out there, man. So, but you know, there are narcissists. There are people that abuse their power. So it goes on all the time. You know, I personally would never say never. So, you know.
Yeah.
Right, rolling on to number 2.
Right,
ready?
That was. Oh, we had 26 seconds left. Let me restart the clock. Hold on a sec. And the timer starts now.
Mizzy got sectioned.
What away. Yeah.
Boy.
Mizzy got sectioned. The social media influencer, Mizzy, the one Mizzy, man like Mizzy, one guy on people's arse and sit on the settee, Mizzy. He has apparently been sectioned for 20 days.
What?
He was sectioned underneath the Mental Health Act. And he, at the time of, I've seen a picture on the Shade Borough where he's got his hair in some funny Kodak Black, the rapper. I hate when they, I love creativity, but I don't like when you just go and do anything with your hair when really you know it doesn't suit you. So he's got one of them hairdos going on. And boy, we told him, the aunties told him, if you do what you're going to do, it might not get you what you think is going to get you. And look.
Exactly. Well, I'm sure in his mind, what he did was going to get him like loads of attention, which it did. But was it the right attention? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And you got him saying this a little tiny bit on TikTok. Hear him.
Hello, world. So the time is 7:41. I've just woken up. I've been through the mad things still. Look, I had to cut all my hair off. I don't know if you saw that last video, but yeah, I did get sectioned. Got a section on the Section 2 of the Mental Health Act. I was in a mental health institution for 20 days, bro. They violated my thing, bro. Bro, there was a violation. I'm doing a story time on my YouTube channel. The channel's called Mizzy or the TikTok Terror. Just search it up on the internet and you'll find it. But we're outside. Make sure to support out the thing, bro. Like it up, comment it up, share it up. So them Delilah.
Yeah, and then there's a picture of his cat at the end. He pans over to his little cat in the corner. Now, he didn't even look all right when he's talking there.
But to me, from what he said, it still sounds like he's like, it's like clickbait. Like, do you know what I mean? He's pointing people to his channels again just to get clap stuff still. To me, it sounds like his head's still hard. He hasn't learned his lesson.
Yeah, it means his head's hard, man. His head is #hard, babe. His head is harder. Shave off your hair.
Honestly, I'm so glad he's not my pick-me, you know.
Boy,
can you imagine?
I bet if we go right there, they'll be like, "Is your mummy?" And they go, "Nah, she's at the airport. She's gone, mate. She's flown."
She needed to send him back home. That's what she needed to do. Get a one-way ticket.
Can you imagine? His
honestly,
just rings every day. If she's alive, just rings every day. Like, Missy, really?
Oh, innit? Poor woman, man.
Poor woman.
Oh my gosh! Unless he is really making it big and he's paid off his mum's mortgage and whatever, and she ain't got time for his auntie. She just knows that he's paying the bills. But still, man, that boy is just oh gosh, he's too much.
I just think he just, when it next to his face, I just equals, but why? That's what he should say. Missy equals, but why? Because I don't understand anything. I'm so confused.
Oh my goodness. Me too, babes. Me too.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
right, so we had 1 minute 24 left. Mizzy, sort your life out.
Come on, Mizzy.
And if you can't do it yourself, get someone else to. And you, Mizzy, you left us with 1 minute left of our time.
Oh, goodness me. Right, the next one is the West End Oxford Street social media stampede, courtesy of social media.
Lord of his mercy.
What is going on?
I was minding my own business, went onto Twitter, I saw all these kids running around in different directions, nobody knows, but they're all looking so confused, like they're all looking confused, and I don't even understand what was going on. All I kept seeing is scenes upon scenes of confused looking young people, perplexed looking adults standing around the West End, not knowing what the hell's going on today. So you've got this incident that's happened in Oxford Street the other day, and for shoppers, apparently Lise was meant to go shopping with her dad, and the warning said don't bother come, so they didn't. So the police warning and the mayor's warning and all the MPs running around with their wigs hanging off side of their head. Their toupees, sorry, for shoppers on London's Oxford Street. Oh, they might not have toupees, but they might just have the thing done, isn't it? Like we said the other day. Anyway, stay on focus. For shoppers on London's Oxford Street, an evening of browsing and buying was thrown into chaos, with stores forced to shut their doors as dozens of police officers descended on Europe's busiest shopping destination over the following hours. Several shoppers were forced to leave, and store officers forced human shields. Human shields? For goodness sake.
Oh, is that when they stand together?
Yeah, with their things in front of them, like in the riots. For goodness sake.
Yeah.
A growing trend on social media calling for riots and looting in JD Sports, shared by hundreds of teenagers and caught the attention of Met Police. The widely shared post on TikTok and Snapchat began trending to the tag Oxford Circus JD robbery, with youths encouraging others to congregate at 3 p.m. and loot stores along the street. Madness. So
Did they really think they would get away with that, though? Honestly, where are their brain cells, Neats? I don't understand.
Babe, the operative word is think. You said it. The operative word is think. You have to have something up there to think.
How on earth did they think they could put something on TikTok, yeah, and then it not get picked up on?
It's an actual madness. It's an actual madness. Let me see. Let's play what the people them saying quickly.
Now let's go straight on to my next guest, former Scotland Yard detective Peter Blexley. Morning, Peter.
Good morning.
Let's just play. You start. I'll ask you a question. You start talking, and while we're doing it, we'll play the video of those shocking scenes in Oxford Street yesterday. They unfolded around about 4 in the afternoon. This was after TikTok allowed a post which said, "Come on, everyone, head for JD Sports. Wear hoodies and balaclavas. We're going to rob the hell out of the place." And this happened. Now the police were very brave in this. They waded in, and I think they did a damn good job under difficult circumstances. But if I was a copper today, I'd be absolutely furious with TikTok, and I want the government to throw the book at that lot today. They should not be running a post like that. That should never have been allowed up.
Wow.
Yes, my love. So they're out in play because with TikTok, like, there's certain things they want to buy clothing wise. They say, "Oh, look at this latest trend, mum," and then I'm like, "Don't bother try to buy it because I don't want you to wear what everyone else is wearing." Then next thing you know, they can't get it anyway because that's how quickly things go viral. So I don't know what they're going to do about this. What do you think?
Well, MPs aren't allowed TikTok, are they? So I'm surprised that they haven't enforced it to the rest of the country, if I'm honest.
I think
I'm surprised they haven't even just banned TikTok. The amount of drama TikTok has caused over the years that has come from TikTok.
Yeah, and it's uncontrolled
in different ways. Yeah, so I'm surprised that it hasn't gone that route already.
And it feels like some people are sitting down there, maybe thinking, "Oh, we're not living there. Our children don't do that, so it's okay if they do it. Just as long as we make money from the platform, it doesn't matter."
Exactly. So I don't know, but TikTok's a bit crazy, man.
Yeah, all hell's gonna break. Someone's gonna start paying some big fines because when it comes to money, they don't play. Yeah, we'll be fining you 5.6 trillion.
That's light work, man. That's light work for TikTok. TikTok's global, bar the countries that they're not allowed in. But yeah, that's light work, man.
Right, we've got 10 seconds, 12. On to the next.
So meanwhile, in New York.
Psst. Yo, one last thing. Peoples and people them. Come back next week for the second part. And make sure you follow us on our socials, yeah?
I expect people to be who they are.
Once you teach me who you are, you teach me what to expect. And I'm never disappointed because I never expect above what you advertise. If you advertise you a fool, I expect you to be a fool. And when I need a fool, I'll call you.
I re-up, I chop up, I go out and get it. Show them the vibe, but they still don't get it. I sold them cash, go get credit. Fix your hair and nails longer, you gotta get it. Get deets and grab my bro, you gotta get it. I said arse and line, but they still don't get it. I told her jump on top, don't stop till you get it. Yeah, juice is phlegm, so I keep going hard work and merit.